Museo della Filigrana, the Filigree Museum of Campo, Ligure. As an ancient art, filigree is present in all cultures of the world. It is loved for its beautiful and precious objects crafted, be it in silver or in gold. This museum was founded in 1984 as a result of Pietro Carlo Bosio's tireless efforts collecting filigree objects from around the globe. Bosio dedicated a significant part of his life to filigree. In 1944, he decided to leave his factory job to devote himself to this unique form of craftsmanship. Works of his were donated to Pope Paul VI and the Kennedy family. The visit starts on this floor, where a multimedia show will guide you through the main stages of filigree processing: melting, wire drawing, twisting, and the final phases. Even if much more modern machinery is employed nowadays, the processing phases remain very similar to the traditional ones of the past. Especially the manual skill necessary to perform the last and most remarkable phase, the so-called filling, the creation of the work of art itself, has remained unchanged. The ancient tools and machinery traditionally used in Campo Ligure are exhibited here, and in the final video projection, you will be able to observe the adept hands of the craftsman at his marvelous work. At the end of your tour, you will be able to satisfy all your curiosities at the interactive workstation available. The melting. Melting is the first stage of filigree processing. In this phase, raw material is melted at a temperature of about 960 degrees Celsius and cast in specific molds. The final product of this operation is the transformation into rods, that is, into square bars of about 50 millimeters, ready for the next processing phase. Wire drawing. In the wire drawing process, the rods are then passed through a machine to be further thinned down to a 2mm section. This involves a particularly remarkable series of steps, and after each of them, in order to achieve greater malleability and obtain the desired section, the rods are reheated again back to near melting point temperature, in a process called annealing. The product, which increasingly resembles a thread, is further drawn through sized holes whose surfaces are coated with industrial diamonds, rubies, in order to obtain the desired and, most importantly, circular section. Twisting. In this third and penultimate stage of processing, two strands of material previously obtained are taken and intertwined with each other. This operation creates the filogranato, from the Latin filo, thread, and grana, grain, thus giving the name to this particular art form. The structure thus obtained will be further laminated so as to obtain a single and flattened wire. Now, observe the video projection on the work table in the center of the room, and you will be able to follow the final stages of the work process. Now, appreciate the wonderful objects associated with this art form, produced in the final processing phase. It consists of 3 stages: the Italian scaffatura, scraping, filling, and finishing. By scraping, the craftsman shapes the object according to the desired design, using strands of greater consistency, thanks to a silver-copper alloy. During this operation, skilled filigree artists use very special tools they themselves have designed, so-called sticks. In the filling process, our object really takes on shape. The small pieces obtained from the curled thread maintain traditional appellatives among the artisans of Campo Ligure that have endured in time in the persistence of a pseudo-dialectal terminology. The various forms can be called rizzetti, curls, panetti, loaves, fresche, fish bones, ramette, small twigs. Both the shaping of the shell and the subsequent filling operation are carried out entirely by hand, mainly with the use of particular tweezers called bruschetta, and on the typical black shiny ceramic tile, the chapella. Finally, as part of the finishing process, the filling elements are compacted and soldered together inside the shell. In order to achieve the finished object, many soldering steps are necessary, and following each soldering process, it is necessary to whiten the object or its parts in order to eliminate impurities and the darkening effect caused by the flame.